Оу, всем приветики, с вами Леонид, это канал Passage Minigames, и мы продолжаем проходить игрушку такую, как Закон и порядок. Присаживаемся поудобнее, наливаем чаечек, кофеечек. Всем хорошего настроения и погнали! Так, где он тут? Угу, вот он. И все, погнали. Угу. Играть. Очевидец. Играть.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime, and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
А, он только на английском. Субтитров тут нет вообще. А почему так? Не запилили? А как я смогу? Ну, я так понимаю, что он слепой, парень. Застрелили мать. Да, застрелили. Печально. Дуран. Чекмейкой. Закон и порядок. Эй, Фонтан, год. Вот это плохо, что на английском я не могу прочитать. Почему он на английском стал? Стоп. Верните обратно. Стоп. Не согласен проходить на английском. Ну, если получится. А почему, слышь? Ну ведь... Ладно, продолжить. Походу английский будет. Это будет сложно. Ни хрена не понимая, просто...
Hey, Fontana, what do we got?
The victim is one Shar Jackson, age 26, lived in the neighborhood. She was walking with her son Henry when she apparently got caught in the crossfire during a gang dispute. The cracked security guard they got here claims he saw most of it.
What about the kid? He see the shooter?
No, kid's blind.
Anything else?
The guard claims he saw two cars leave the scene but didn't get makes or models. Lucky for us, he's a car guy. Says the engine on one was really loud. Let me walk you through what CSU picked up. Got a receipt dated today. 4 bottles of Mad Scott. Someone was getting the drink on. 3 shell casings. Maybe from the 9mm we found. And we found this baby. I thought we had our murder weapon.
Охренеть, конечно, если... Я думал, будет перевод.
Man, this thing is a piece of, work.
Over there, we got some gang graffiti. PK, it says.
PK?
Probably a tag,
PK?
one of the locals.
Yeah.
We're asking around. Bunch of beer bottles. Hoping to get some DNA, maybe. We got a can of spray paint, freshly used. Maybe get some prints off that. And that's about the size of it.
Find any cigarette butts or anything? I'm hoping to get lucky with another DNA hit.
Nah, nothing like
Как
that.
неинтересно.
Yeah, the place was pretty clean for this part of town. Maybe someone swept up last night. Hard to say. Oh, and one more thing.
What's that?
Так даже не
Whoever
очень
knows
интересно.
Mom's dead yet.
Guess we're clear. Let's talk to our witnesses.
We should start with the boys so CPS can get him out of here. Hi there. It's Henry.
Эй, Хенри,
I'm
я
Olivia.
Оливия.
And
And
this
this
man
is
with me is my
Ray.
partner, Ray.
Меня зовут Рэй.
Henry, I know this is really hard,
Генри, я
but
знаю,
we
что
need to
там
ask you
случилось.
questions so we can help your mom,
Ты
okay?
должен помочь.
Is she dead?
Она умерла?
Do you have any family we can call for you, Henry?
We don't have anybody, my mama and me.
Henry,
Хенри,
did your
дед
mom
моя.
believe in heaven?
We go to church
То
every
есть, что ты
Sunday.
там? Ну, это
She sings in the choir.
Well,
не
your
очень
mom is in
хорошо-то.
heaven now. That's where she'll be when you see her again. A long time from now. Henry, we can do this another time. Are you sure there isn't anyone we can call?
I can tell you what happened. I heard everything.
Did you hear the gunshots, Henry?
I heard 3, one after the other. My ears still hurt.
Охереть.
Can you point to
Слышал.
where you heard them from?
Over there.
Тут, конечно, она плохо.
Did you hear anything unusual before your mother was shot, Henry?
There was a fight.
Was your mother involved?
They were gangbangers, my mama called them one time. They started shouting and cussing each other. Then I heard them fighting.
Could you tell if they were close or far away?
There. They were over there.
Мне только
One
вот
of them
стало
said
интересно.
the one who shot PK, and
А
the
шестой
others, they just
эпизод тоже
laughed,
будет
and then that's when they started to fight.
английским. Или нет?
What's your favorite ice cream, Henry?
I don't know. Chocolate, I guess?
Officer Fontana, can we get 2 ice creams over here, please? Chocolate.
I want to make sure I understand, Henry.
Охренеть, конечно, не, но
We asked you where the fight happened, but you pointed
все так быстро я не переведу, и еще это английский.
Uh-huh.
What else did you
Почему-то игра отказалась меня сегодня.
But one of the men who were fighting yelled, "Say that to my face!" right before
Я
he
думал,
shot me.
она на
Afterward, I
русском
heard
будет.
another man cry out the name.
Она ни хрена не на русском.
Nina. You're sure?
Yes, ma'am. First the gunshots, then he said Nina, then everybody ran.
Не ожидал я такой поворота сюжета.
You said everyone ran after the shots were fired. How could you tell, Henry?
I heard feet on the pavement. A couple of people ran that way. Then I heard some other people get inside a car behind me.
Как говорится, ну,
They screeched their tires when they drove off.
да.
was leaving the scene? Anything else?
Yeah, I heard another car over there. Someone got in and drove away real fast.
Д4.
Henry, did you hear anything when the cars drove away? Maybe
Видел он машину, видел.
rattle or a squeak.
I heard a Dodge Charger with a 5.7-liter Hemi V8. It was the one parked over there.
Wow. How could you tell, Henry?
I heard the door ringing when they opened it. Dodge Charger's the only car makes that noise when you open the door with the key still inside.
We believe you, Henry. But how do you know that?
My pastor's son used to have the same car before he left for college. I know everything about that
Она,
car.
она такая,
I even helped him fix it.
We'll check it out.
Thanks, Henry. Go see Officer Fontana for a second, okay?
Хорошо, они там с тобой свяжутся, что-то там.
He's a smart kid.
Brave, too.
He believes what he heard, but
He
will
bel-
any of this hold up in court?
Well, I believe it, too. You
Придется
trust my
работать так, как есть. Даже с английскими с субтитрами. Не все по-английскому. Я, конечно, ни хрена не понимаю, но
Hey, I want to nail the scumbag who did this
Ой,
just
как
as much
пройду.
as you. Let's
Чего,
talk about the witness.
озвучивать я их уже точно не буду. А моя собака все гавкает и гавкает.
Jesus, it's about time. You know it took 20 minutes for the squad cars to get here? Not that I blame.
How's that?
Look around you, detective. They shoot each other every day out here. They
Не,
even
ну это
shoot
как-то
paramedics
неправильно.
who come to help them. They're animals.
Who?
All this gangbanger scum. This neighborhood used to be great. Never worried about anything.
Paradise, huh?
Anyway, I saw the whole thing. Go ahead, ask me anything.
You see who took the shots?
Not exactly. There was too many of them. But I know they came from the gangbangers that were tearing up the asphalt in the parking lot.
Он что-то там про выстрел говорит.
I saw the whole thing. First they were fighting, the next minute, bam, bam. Just 2 shots. That's all it took. Then they scatter like rats.
Нет. Было всего 3 выстрела. А? Он гавкает.
Actually, we found 3 shell casings.
You did? Weird.
Угу.
Where were you when all this was happening?
In the store. I came out not long
Хорошо.
after the fight started.
Did you see anyone else in the parking lot besides the gangbangers?
Nah, honestly, I love it when gangbangers kill each other. If I'd have seen that lady and her kid, I would've
Да,
felt it
больше.
sooner, you know?
So, no one else besides the bangers, the kid, and his mom.
No.
You get a look at whoever bought the bottle of Mad Scott earlier?
Hell no. I'm not a damn cashier. To tell you what, shouldn't be hard to figure it out. We're the only store that sells that garbage in like 100 miles. No one else will touch it. But the good citizens around here seem to like it.
You know these animals you keep talking about? Most of them are good kids who took a wrong turn.
Yeah, you'd say that, wouldn't you?
You have a problem with me, pal?
No problem, officer.
You know what, David? Your story doesn't jibe real well with the other witness testimony.
Who? Some blind kid?
Maybe we should take this conversation downtown. Let you sit in the tank for a while.
Wait. I remember. I went to the alley for a smoke break. When I finished,
Почему
I started
нету
walking back
субтитров
towards
на
the
русском?
store, and that's when the fight broke out. Okay?
Плохо, ни хрена не знать. Так. Четыре. Это же не про... Это произвол. Не понять, что они говорят.
That's what you're going with.
Смоки Билл.
We didn't find any evidence of smoking in the alley, David. Though we did find an empty 6-pack of beer.
You mind giving us a swab of your DNA? For comparison.
What?
You'd do that for us, right? Do your part to clean up the neighborhood?
Alright, fine. I was back there drinking.
So let's try this again. What did you see?
I was just inside the alley. I was having a beer. I saw the gangbangers getting
Он
in.
что-то пил пиво и все дела.
You recognize any of these guys?
One of them is called Lil Doc. He's been looking to cap someone.
Not Shar Jackson.
No, some other banger killed his homie PK.
Like the tag in the alley.
Угу.
Yeah,
Да,
I
как-то
knew it
так.
too. He's got a gun.
How do you know?
Cause he shoved it right in my face once when I told him to leave the store.
So you got a good look?
Yeah, cheap little Saturday
Да,
night
повезло. Он держал что-то там оружие между это.
Looked like a Glock, but it was obviously
Я все
not.
это читать я.
What a joke.
Джок детектив. И
You said you
машина.
saw two cars leaving the scene. You remember makes and models? Plates?
One of them was really loud, like a V8, something.
Додж,
big.
что ли?
Turned to look when the
А,
driver.
8.
I caught some of the plate.
Додж Челленджер, по-моему, да? Да, Dodge Challenger Large Hemi 8V. Ну да, др-др-др-др, и классно. Всем привет. Как у вас делишки? Рассказывайте.
So what do we got? The testimony of an 11-year-old who can't see and a security guard hiding in the alley.
We got a partial license plate and a name.
I'll call the gang unit, see if they can put a name to Little Doc before someone else gets hurt during his little turf war.
Henry, it's Olivia again. Officer Fontana is going to take you to Child Services, where you'll be safe.
Can I come home with you?
I'm sorry, Henry, but I'll come see you tonight. I promise.
I don't want to leave my mama.
I'll go with her. I promise. Hey, Curtis, listen, can you handle the vehicle search?
Don't give it a second thought. Go.
Thanks for covering. Any hits on Little Doc?
Not yet. Gang unit hasn't got back to me, and CSU is still looking at the weapon we recovered.
The license plate?
Dodge Charger, registered to a Mr. Scott Leonard, lives half a mile from the Busy Mart.
Well, well, well.
Detective Curtis, you have a guest. I put him in room 2.
Do we know each other?
Oh, I know you. Been making noise, spreading my name around.
Little Doc? You're Tarvarius Sims. I've read your rap sheet.
Травес Сименс.
One and the same.
Nice to meet you, Sims.
Чего-то там.
Doing your civic duty.
Maybe I want to clear the air. Maybe your idea of who I am and how I operate ain't all that accurate, detective.
All right, so where were you Tuesday, Sims?
Little League, Boy Scouts, evening prayers. You know how we do.
Does your Boy Scout troop give you badges for shooting innocent women?
Man, I wasn't
Вот это
anywhere
да.
near that place.
Третье.
We have an eyewitness who saw you in the parking lot, Sims.
Your little turf war.
Yeah, you catch the guy who started shooting?
Maybe I'm looking at him. Some people said it was you.
Man, I don't even own a gun.
Да, конечно, ган.
Was it revenge
Оружие.
for your homie, PK?
It ain't nothing like that.
Did you ever own a gun, Tarvarius?
Hell no, I don't have a gun.
У меня не было оружия. Ты врешь.
Our friend David Zemsta says.
На
oh,
фразе
even
«Земство
identified your little
установили».
Saturday night special.
Да, да.
David who?
The
Simmons.
security guard.
Security.
If it wasn't you that shot Shar Jackson, then who was it?
Lady, I don't know. We was fighting, okay? Yeah, I pulled my 9 and I told him to back off. That's when we heard the shots.
From where? Who?
Hell if I know. You hear shots in my neighborhood, you run. For a minute, I thought it was them. They probably thought it was us.
You sure it wasn't?
Nah, my homies wasn't strapped. And I found out later neither were the other
Ты
ones.
Брадерс,
I'm
чего-то
telling
там
you,
еще.
the shots came from somewhere else, yo.
Да не быкуй ты. Я тебя верю. Не быкуй, я тебе верю.
All right, Sims. Now I'm listening a little better. We have a witness telling us the 9mm we found at the crime scene belonged to you.
Who you got as a witness, man? The KKK or the Super K? Maybe he just got his wish.
What's that supposed to mean?
He's a racist. Hangs out with them other bald-headed hoodbillies. Always following black folk around the store, kicking us out.
Yeah, you didn't fill out a complaint for him?
Whatever, man. Last time I was in there, he starts up with me, so I pulled my knife. Put it in his face. Crazy-ass white boy didn't even flinch.
Yeah, we heard the story.
Oh, yeah? Well, did he tell you how he's gonna shoot me like a dog and how a race war is coming?
Nope. That's interesting. All right, Sims. Assuming the ballistics comes back negative on your gun,
Which it will.
who do you figure for the shooter?
Let's see. Black kids on the street getting shot at, black lady dead, and a racist white security guard.
Что-то там уже нашел
I
кого-то, да?
have no idea.
We'll check him out.
Hey, that lady, she's the mother of that blind kid, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I seen him around. He okay?
No, Sims. Not really.
Sorry to hear that. It ain't right.
Don't leave town. We may need to talk to you again.
There goes my trip to the French Riviera.
How'd it go with Sims?
He admits to being there and to owning the gun, but claims he's not the shooter. We're waiting on CSU.
I had them move it to the top of the pile. The 9mm slugs that killed Shar Jackson were a match for the shell casings found at the scene, which are not a match for the gun you found. They had to fix it just to test fire it.
So where does that leave us?
With this, check out what I just found. David Zemsta, or
Security.
belongs to an
Что-то там он
organization
еще.
mentioned to us. Here's a little video he posted to his blog.
White power. Hey everyone, it's me, David Z. Big say Kyle to all you freedom fighters out there. Today's video is going to be about how to foster black on black violence with just a simple can of spray paint.
Что-то он
Simply
какой-то
attack
не...
a hall or building in a rival gang's alley. Even better if you can slur one of their dead. They hate that. Remember, resistance by any means necessary.
I'd say the security guard is a pretty safe bet.
I knew there was something I didn't like about you the first second I saw you.
'Cause my skin is white?
We found some graffiti in the alley behind your store. Pretty nasty stuff. The kind of thing might start a local gang war.
The wind blows and it starts a gang war. So what?
What do you think would happen if somebody tagged over PK's name?
How the hell would I know? I got no idea.
You spelled it out for us on the White Nation Socialist website. Find a tag, cross it out, add a rivals tag.
We found a can of black spray paint in the alley. I'm betting your prints are all over it.
It was just an idea, protected by the First Amendment.
Если бы это было на русском, это
Did I
было бы
actually
круто.
shot anyone?
Но так как она у меня на русском, это не круто.
One more chance. Who was the shooter?
I told you already. Lil Doc, Tarvaria Sims. I saw him shoot that woman.
Wrong again, amigo. So much for the superiority of the Aryan race. Sims's gun was not a match.
I don't get it. Why not channel all that passion into something positive?
Because we've got to take our cities and our neighborhoods back.
Do you know what they do to guys like you in Rikers?
I'll be safe. My brothers will protect me.
There's always going to come some moment when you're all alone.
You know, I just remembered. It wasn't Tarvarius who took those shots. It was someone from the other gang. The guys from Houston Street.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Saw the whole thing, remember?
Yeah, I remember. I remember you told us you didn't see the shooting. Benson, let's book this punk. Send him to...
You look good for this, Zemsta. You got a history of hate speech against blacks. You have access to a weapon. You know the gang's involved. All I need now is a pretty little bow.
Damn it. No.
No? No what?
He was white. The shooter. Guy in the Charger. White guy. Damn idiot.
You're saying Scott Leonard was the shooter?
Yeah. I saw him there about an hour before. Nice car. He was in our lot like 4 times this week. He'd just drink in the parking lot and sit there for hours. I told him to leave once, and he flashed a gun at me. Thought he was there to buy drugs or something.
Oh, yeah? What was he drinking? What did the car look like?
The real cheap stuff. Mad Scotsman. The car was black with a big blue stripe. Charger, I think.
I hate to say it.
And would finally prove.
Oh, why did he...
You were supposed to protect people.
It's coming whether you wanted.
Go to hell.
Everything's starting to make sense.
Really? I was thinking just the opposite.
Either way, we gotta check out Scott Leonard. Mr. Scott Leonard?
Yeah?
I'm Detective Benson. This is Detective Curtis. We've got a warrant to search your garage.
You cops? Perceptive.
What are we drinking today, Mr. Leonard?
Mad Scotsman. That's funny, because I'm a mad Scot, man.
Today's Thursday.
Nah.
Where are your people?
Laid them all off 2 years ago. Can't afford them. Economy.
Right, well, this shouldn't take long.
Посмотри, Боня, пришел.
The 9mm.
It'd be nice to find something that would go to motive, too.
Lenny Briscoe used to grab newspaper clippings, old photos, letters, and whatever else he could find.
Да.
Sometimes it helped the DA establish motive in court.
Thanks. Good tip.
Окей, окей. Ствол.
3 rounds missing from the clip. Leo and Nina, our first anniversary. A box of ammo. Looks like it's
49
mm. We can compare these to the casings we found at the scene. April 12th, 2010.
10 секрет City Woman's.
Woman's name is Nina Juarez. Nina.
Нина. Пришел?
I think we got enough here.
Хорошо, сейчас иду.
Mr. Leonard, I've been through the garage, and I gotta say, I got more questions.
Great.
We found a gun in the garage, a 9mm. Yours?
A gun? No way. I got 2-3 people working for me out in my garage. Could belong to any one of them.
Нет, ты врешь.
That's funny. I remember you saying you laid them off 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, it's mine. I need it for protection. Gangbangers always trying to bust into my shop.
Who's Nina?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Strange, because I found a picture of you and her together. You look quite cozy.
Probably just someone from church. Sometimes these single ladies get cozy at the mixers. I can't remember their names.
А,
Leo and Nina. 1-year anniversary.
Oh,
ладно.
okay. Nina was a girlfriend of mine. We was even engaged. So what?
So that's twice you lied to us about knowing her. Kinda makes me wonder what else you're lying about.
Where's Nina now?
We broke up. She moved somewhere down south. I got a postcard from her around here somewhere.
We know she was killed in a carjacking. We know that's why you're hurting.
The Charger was her car. I bought it for her, but it was hers. She was just stopped at a red light when it happened. Those animals, those bangers, they killed her. Sims and his crew. Nina was everything to me. You don't know what it's like to find
Да
out
не,
someone-
может, он и убил ее.
You grip it strong with both hands. But she just disappeared.
If you did something in that parking lot,
No, it wasn't me shot that poor woman. I ain't never shot a gun before in my life, I swear.
the clip in your gun is missing 3 rounds. I'm betting we find them in Shar Jackson's body.
Scott Leonard, you're under arrest for the murder of Shar Jackson. Anything you do or say can and will be used against you.
I don't know if the boy's up to this. Are you sure this is gonna hold up in court?
Me and Curtis looked into it. The Neurological Center at Columbia did a study where they confirmed that kids like Henry, who are blind since birth, are twice as likely to hear better than people who can see.
It's not just what he heard. He was very specific about where he heard it coming from.
The same study shows that blind people were much better at being able to pinpoint the specific.
Она, получается, уже говорит с судьей. Ой, не с судьей, а с прокурором.
Gets put to work on this other stuff, including hearing.
But shouldn't we use a real lineup for this?
This is better. Our tech guy recorded these samples taking into account the acoustics of the parking lot and the approximate distance the shooter was from the boy.
Okay, but if this comes back to bite us.
All right, Henry. I just want you to listen to these recordings and tell me
Вот
which one
такое.
was the voice you heard.
Okay, detective.
Ну, пускай хоть в таком переводе.
Nina.
Nina.
Nina! Nina!
That one. That's the guy.
Good job. I think we got him. Thank you, Henry. You really did your mama proud.
I tried extra hard. You know, for her. I know you was worried I couldn't.
I didn't mean for you to hear that.
It's all right. She said ain't everybody in this world always gonna give me a fair chance. Are you gonna catch the guy who killed her?
I don't need to catch him. You just did. Why can't we work out a deal here? Is Scott Leonard really a murderer?
He became one when he killed Shar Jackson. I want murder too. Maximum sentence. Make an example.
Well, we got the gun.
He says it was self-defense. The gang fight put him in fear of his life.
Plus, we got the kid's testimony, and he ID'd Scott Leonard's voice.
Ugh, not so fast. Judge just granted the defense motion to suppress the auditory lineup.
On what grounds?
Unreliable evidence. Without the
Что
lineup,
такое? Это уже адвокаты и прокуроры.
Nina, we don't have a revenge angle.
Talk to the detectives again. We need to shore up our case.
So, who else we got?
A racist security guard and a gangbanger.
Great. Well, of the two evils, who would you put on the stand?
Yes, мгм.
I hate to say it, but probably the security guard.
Снегирд.
Really?
Yeah, you put Tarvarius Sims on the
Всем
stand, the jury's only
та-та-та.
gonna see his color. The defense will introduce his criminal record, and they'll play the race card and say he doesn't like Scott Leonard because he's white.
Detective Curtis, I'm impressed at your grasp of sleazy courtroom ethics.
This ain't my first rodeo.
Серьезно?
Mr. Zemsta, tell us about what you saw on the day of the shooting.
Just another day in the asphalt jungle, Mr. Cutter. Huh. You know how it is. I'm trying to keep order, and I got a bunch of
So you saw two rival gangs squaring off. Did you recognize anyone?
no, not anyone in particular.
Серьезно?
All them bangers look the same to me.
Строишь из себя.
Do you know anyone in the gang?
No.
Сейчас я пойду.
Mr. Zemsta, you told police you recognized Tarvarius Sims.
Oh yeah, right. I guess I did.
The hell? Why didn't Cutter coach this kid? We need a little polish here.
This might be the polish.
Other than the gangs, can you remember anyone else?
Kid, his mom. Tragedy. Real tragedy.
Три.
Anyone else?
Your Honor, please. If Mr. Cutter digs any deeper, he's gonna need a pickaxe. This is clearly leading.
Last chance, Mr. Cutter.
You sure you didn't see anyone you can remember?
Not really.
Your Honor, permission to treat witnesses hostile.
Permission granted, Mr. Cutter. Hope you know what you're doing.
Mr. Zemsta, you will now answer my questions with a simple yes or no, and you will answer them truthfully, or the DA's office will charge you with obstruction and perjury. Is that crystal clear?
Yes.
On the day of the shooting, did you see the defendant on the premises of your shop?
Yes.
Серьезно, он, блин, говорит, теперь постоянно три слова «да».
How long was he there for?
I think an hour.
Серьезно?
Did you recognize the model of the car he drove?
Yes, it was a Challenger.
Charger.
told police it was a charger. Are you changing your testimony?
No, I mean a charger. I just forgot. I'm nervous.
And finally, did you see him speed away from the scene of the crime?
Yes.
Yes, да, yes, да.
Thank you.
Your witness, Mr. Antonio.
Продолжаем.
Mr. Zemsta, are you a racist?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance?
Mr. Zemsta's racial beliefs may affect his testimony against my client.
Your client is white. You're gonna have to do better than that. Objection sustained.
Mr. Zemsta, did you see Scott shoot the victim?
No.
Why? Were you doing something else?
Yes.
What?
Hiding.
Where?
In the alley.
So you didn't see the actual shooting?
No.
Because you were hiding in
А, он только говорит да и нет. Это ему сказал.
kind of cowardly
Ну, то есть он уже...
are you? Hiding in the alley?
Objection. Speculation.
Overruled.
You have an alcohol problem, don't you?
What? No.
It's a known fact that you drank on the job. You told the police as much.
I guess.
So it's safe to say you were probably drunk that day.
Objection. Speculation. Defense is taking this one too far.
Sustained.
Regardless, your status as an eyewitness leaves
Как-то
much to be
так.
desired. Withdrawn. No further questions.
Your Honor, redirect.
Go ahead, Mr. Cutter.
Mr. Zemsta, had you in fact seen Mr. Leonard parked in the lot for several months prior to the shooting? And did you see him that day only minutes before?
No. No, that's not right, Mr. Cutter. It wasn't several months prior. It was only a couple of days, Mr. Cutter. And he was in his car for like an hour before the shooting started.
Thank you. No further questions.
Ouch.
I know, Jack. I know. But without the boy, we got no other options.
Then get the boy's testimony back in.
Defense suppressed the audio lineup.
Then unsuppress it.
Well, Mr. Cutter, Miss Carmichael, why don't you tell us what's on your mind?
Your Honor, the people's case is being hampered by the exclusion of Henry Jackson's testimony. He was an eyewitness, an ear witness, in fact, to this murder.
Your Honor, this idea is based on voodoo science and old wives' tales.
It's based on hard science, Your Honor. Save the rhetoric for the trial. I've read your briefs. Let's hear your arguments. Let's examine Henry's enhanced auditory ability.
Your Honor, enhanced auditory perception on behalf of the blind is based on anecdotes and assumption. No studies have confirmed this ability.
Your Honor, no less an authority than the
Yes, I saw the data.
A similar study conducted on the blind can't
Your Honor, the study Mr. Antonio cites is flawed.
Ну да.
Columbia researchers found
Правильно,
enhanced
неправильно.
auditory perception in people blind since birth, exactly like Henry Jackson.
Listening to a bunch of computerized sound files on a laptop is not the same thing as hearing my client in person. It was probably a terrible quality file. There was no consideration for the actual location. Who knows what Henry heard?
Your Honor, a police technician will testify that great care went into the preparation of those audio files. They were adjusted to take into account the acoustics of the parking lot and the distance of the speaker from Henry Jackson. The sound files presented were very authentic. You're welcome to review them yourself, Your Honor.
All right, I've heard enough. You did your homework, Miss Carmichael. The court is satisfied that the audio lineup serves as reliable evidence. Henry Jackson is back in.